Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another preview. It is good to be back talking about football again. Hope you guys enjoyed the little career mode series and also never ever ask me to do legendary again. You can get fucked with all of that. But it is good to be back. Big up to every single one of you that's locked in. Before we start, we are sponsored again by Jerseys FC. So for anyone who wants to get their best affordable football kits, Chelsea kits, Rivals kits, retro kits, international kits, they're all available on Jerseys FC. The link is in the description. Use the code CarefreeLewisG for 20% off at checkout. And we are still running the October Super Chat lottery. So for anybody who wants to get involved, there's a chance of winning a free kit. Any super chat, any amount, you are in the lottery. So big up to every single one of you. But this is the run of fixtures that we were talking about from the start. And we start off with one of our least favorite hunting grounds. But I won't even lie, I'm cautiously optimistic leading into it. Obviously, we're going to touch onto all that later on in the show. But we have a star-studded panel. We're missing a couple Chelsea fans. They're going to be here in a little sec. But I couldn't keep you guys waiting because I saw you guys all demanding us to start in the chat anyway. So, big up to everybody that's locked in. I want to start off first in my Chelsea rep. Big up, Javon. Great to have you back on the show.
Bless up, people. Good to be here. Ready to get into this debate. Might be a combined 11. Let's kick it off. Yeah. What's going on?
Yeah, of course. Definitely. Big up, Javon. Great to have you on. Roms, good to have you back on the channel as well, bro. Hope everything's good.
Big up, bro. It's been a while, but yeah, ready to trip up this game and fit you lot out your misery, shall I say. But yeah.
Interesting. Big up, Roms. Tom, I think it's your debut on the channel, so big up, bro. Good to have you on the show.
Good to be here, lad. I'm good to talk as well about what should be a decent game and a good win for the Rose at the weekend.
Maybe, but good to have you back on the show as well. Big up. Monts! My fellow back again panelist. What were you saying, my guy?
Oh man, good to be here, man. It's been a while since I've been over, so it's refreshing, man. See the man them as well, man. Big up Tom, big up Sam, big up Javon. Is obviously first time streaming with you. You know what I'm saying? Big up Rums, of course, and yourself, man. You going to war, so let's get the nice bit out the way, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's get the nice bit.
Ready.
Let everyone though.
Ready.
Big facts. And last but definitely not least, our biggest hater, and to the point where I'm impressed. I'm very impressed because it reminds me of me against Arsenal. Every available opportunity, I'm dunking on them. Husam, welcome to the show, bro. How you feeling, man? You all good?
It reminds of you against Arsenal, and it's crazy because I'm predicting the same result you got in Baku, to be honest with you. So that ain't that wild. But listen, public enemy number one of Chelsea is here. I always walk into the blue areas, the blue zones with my sword, with my spear, with my shield, and I'm not worried about any of you Chelsea bums. So this Sunday is your funeral, and this is how we're going to start the stream. This Sunday is your funeral, and I can't wait to bury this Chelsea shit once and for fucking
What weird? That man now coming up on violence.
This is the intro. Let me talk. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing because we're not afraid. We're not intimidated. This is Anfield, and you're going to learn this Sunday. Simple as. Big up, though. Like, subscribe, chat.
Big up, Husam, man. I knew you wouldn't let me down with that energy. Last but not least, as well, big up, CB, my guy. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you enjoyed your vacation.
It was good, man. Welcome back. I was gassed to come back, man. I'm listening to these Liverpool frauds going on and on like they weren't crying for Trent. Your star boy's getting taken away from you. And before we do that, we're gonna give him a reason why he should go elsewhere. What we do, we got a chip on our shoulder, and after this Carabao Cup final we were the better team. We should have handled them.
And the FA Cup. Which Carabao Cup, by the way?
They're going off of this 4-1 that they had at Anfield. But if you look at that starting 11, it stank. We had Palmer in the 9. That back line was
what's the obligatory pot tax?
You get me, so. I don't mind, innit? It's cool. Let him give them large, but we're here for 2 hours. We're gonna cook them, and we're gonna deal with them on Sunday. Up the Chelsea.
Just CB, just question which cup were you talking about? Because you said Carabao, there's 2, but we won 2 of those over you, and there's the FA one, and there's the Super Cup,
and there's the Super Cup.
There's a lot of chips on the shoulder here. Have you not got one?
Yeah, because you're saying there was one chip on the shoulder. I'm thinking, damn,
and there's Luis Garcia on the shoulder.
We're talking about the recent
and finals one when Giroud
and there's Luis Garcia as well. Big up Luis Garcia.
It's a completely different team. Yeah, that phantom goal. Yeah, you want to
go on and on.
But yeah, I think based on last season, you know, it was a lot of these players' first cup final at club level. That's definitely for Chelsea. You know, this team in particular, not this team you're talking about Super Cup with Giroud and Kovacic and that playing. Come on, bro. This team here is a chip on their shoulders. You know, if it weren't for Enzo backheeling one-on-one through goal, we would have done what we had to do. So it's all right. Come back.
I hear it, man. The same for like Jaden Dans, you know what I'm saying? Connor Bradley. That was their first final as well. So
TJ McConnell, Bobby Clark.
And we
Twiggy
decided to
Kelleher.
sit back against them. I wonder whose decision that was.
Big up Poch. Big up Poch for that.
Big up Poch. Big up Poch.
You know what I'm saying? Poch to
Yeah,
the world
thank
and
you,
back,
thank
man.
you guys. Big up everyone.
Poch to the world and back, man.
Greatest ever Chelsea manager. Let's go.
Yeah,
Big
Bring
up.
that up the top three. Yo, introduce the next man. I'm ready for war. Right now.
Oh no,
Brawling.
we've already gone through all the intros. It's all good. My first question, I wanted to ask the Liverpool fans because Sam, I already know your energy, so I don't need to worry too much about your stance on it. But Monts, Roms, Tom, is this going to be Chelsea's funeral? Do you expect us to walk through us? Do you expect it to be a 3-goal win or something like that? Do you expect us to barely go down without a fight? What are you guys' stances on this game?
Nah, I'm not just because I don't rate Chelsea the way I've always rated you in the past years. That doesn't mean you guys aren't going to put up a fight. I think it's 9 draws in the last 10 games, and we've had better Liverpool teams face worse Chelsea teams. And we've watched this game thinking, how am I going to get that hour and a half back? How am I going to get that? I'm never going to get that time back. That has been most Liverpool Chelsea games, cancelling each other out, boring, couple missed chances, and we're scrounging on Jackson handballs, whether that's a handball or not, or half chances, and it's just not really good enough. In terms of entertainment factor, the game's never really been there of recent anyways. We had obviously the 4-1 win is something we can try and go off of, but I'd say historically over the last 4 or 5 years, we just keep cancelling each other out. And that's me generally being honest about it. Like when we were challenging and you guys were like sitting in third, it was the same thing. When you guys were sitting in 11th and we were challenging for the league, it was the same thing. So I'd expect I still think Liverpool are going to win the game. I still think we're going to win this. I think we're the better team. But to say that you're just going to lie down and take it, let's be honest. It's not going to be a...
Yeah, but you're saying I know Husam's energy. I even never said you're going to lie down and take it. I said we're
You
just
said
better than
you're going to win 4-1.
Yes, or 3-0 because we're monumentally better than you. That doesn't mean you're going to lie down and take it. That just means we're a lot fucking better than you. That just makes sense.
In what world is there an even 4-1 win?
I never said it's even, but you see, can you stop doing this footy judge mode?
Or a competitive 4-1 win?
You should be a yoga instructor. The way you're twisting my words. I never said any of that shit.
Oh, that is rich.
I didn't say you're going to lay down. I said first 15 minutes, you're going to be better than us. You might go 1-0 up. If you don't score in those 15 minutes, that's when you're fucked. If you score, you're fucked anyway because we're going to come back. So that's the thing what I'm saying. We're just better than you. It's not about lay down and take it. It's the fact that you don't have the quality to beat us. It's very simple, yeah. Very simple.
That I can
don't have
understand
the quality
because again,
to beat
you got... Go on, Javon. I was going to...
We do not have the quality to beat you.
No.
And that just make your mouth say, brother. That's what you just said.
Yeah, you don't have the quality to beat.
When you analyze this team, the only thing I'll probably give you is defensively. Attacking wise, we don't have the quality to beat you. Midfield wise, we can put up a 50-50 battle.
No, you don't.
Right.
I'm worried about 2 Chelsea players, Palmer and Caicedo. The rest is going to be walk in the park.
Do you know what I would say?
That's the other combined 11s when you're adding 4 Chelsea players.
But Cucurella's not playing, remember. So we said Cucurella, but he's not playing. So obviously I'm taking Robertson over Vega. And Jackson and Jota, I said it's a toss-up. Jota is more clinical, but Jackson is more available, therefore has more chances.
Do you know what I would say about this game? I think we win. I'll start off by saying I think we win the game. I don't think echoing what Monts said, I don't think it'll be an emphatic win. I think both of our clubs haven't faced an attack as potent, vice versa. Bar City, but that was the first day of the season, etc. So since you lost to City, you've not faced an attack as potent as ours. We've not faced an attack as potent as yours. Yeah, we went Old Trafford, but you're not scared of Rashford, Xerxes, and Garnacho. Let's be honest. And San Siro, it's different context as Europe, but in the league, we've not faced you lot yet. But I agree with Sam to the extent that I just think we've got more quality than you. Yes, you've got quality, because I can't be a hypocrite here and say I don't rate Chelsea. I had you 4th last season. I have you 4th this season. There's about 6-7 players I've wanted from your club at my club in the past. So I'm not going to sit here and say I think you're bad, but I just think Anfield, I back us against anyone at Anfield. I actually agree with Sam. I think you may even go 1-0 up, but that won't play into your favour. You'll go 1-0 up too early, and then you'll be in a gauntlet of fire. So I do think we'll win the game, but you will give us trouble. But what I don't like is this narrative from rivals that, Liverpool have conceded chances. Everyone has. And if you look at the Palace-Wolves game, the only reason why it looked somewhat close when we conceded chances because we didn't bury them in the first place. We had abundance of chances in those games. So, yeah, man, I'm confident with this game. Like I said, I back us against anyone at Anfield. And, yeah, I don't think it will be cagey and low-scoring like it has been in the past. Though. I don't think it will be that at all. I think both teams are going to go for it. And I think your best chance is actually to play pragmatic, but you won't. And it will play into our hands. So, yeah, that's my opinion.
What makes you think
game.
we won't play pragmatic?
Enzo Maresca's a perfect sign.
It's suicide. It's trying to use Caicedo in the first phase of football is suicide against Liverpool at Anfield. So that's one.
I know, but what evidence makes you think that we're not going to play pragmatic?
Because you didn't play low block against anyone.
Yeah,
and Enzo Maresca.
And you got too much.
Enzo Maresca's a perfect sign. They don't do low blocks.
Going into a low block
I think
means
we'll
you
have the
rely on
same
your
principles,
defense.
but whether we play deeper or higher, like I'll really have to see in the game.
To be fair,
Because
though,
I've seen them drop deeper before.
if anything, Slot actually is a bit more like that at times. Slot usually looks at a situation and we all get everyone behind the ball. We've seen it when we play our flat 4-4-2 in our own half. You see Salah all the way in right midfield. You see Diaz in left midfield, and you see obviously Jota and Szoboszlai almost as the higher two in our own half. And then we actually tend to catch teams on the break. So I think you have a bit more of the ball than what we're making it out. But I think you wouldn't to play pragmatic. I think your managers, you got too much quality to do that.
Yeah,
and you got something to prove. Like these players haven't proven anything as a team yet, and I think this is perfect. I think Enzo Maresca is going to see this as an opportunity to prove that you man can actually do something with the style that he's implemented. You know, and I think he's also less risk. Like if you guys were to lose this game, I don't think anyone goes, "Oh, sack the manager, sack the manager. The whole team's not good enough." I think it's more just bragging rights for the fans. But what Chelsea's expectations and where they're supposed to be, apart from the ones who seem to think they're in the title race, because if you do win this game, on the odd chance, we are going to be hearing crazy shouts. Crazy.
I'm
shouts.
hearing it from your fans. I'm hearing if we
Lewis.
win at Anfield, we must be title contenders.
But your fans are saying with some fans are saying you're title contenders now.
Yeah, who did say that?
we know who said that.
Come back here. Come back here. Because
Listen,
what I want.
if a team like Chelsea comes to Anfield and gets 3 points, then for me they are in the title race. I'm not doing any of this bullshit. Then you
one. So then technically, does that mean if we win, you owe a lot of apologies because you said we were going to be way lower than that?
Brother, if you guys win at Anfield, there's way more to pay.
Because you said 12th at Christmas, everyone's Maresca out. You predicted
I'm worrying about this Sunday.
You said we were going to finish 6th. And you also said apologies would have to be later on in the season. So then how does one game change us from being top 6 to title contenders?
Because it's at Anfield. Because it's Liverpool Football Club.
There's still one game.
Because
it could be at the Etihad.
Contender.
Say that again?
Because it's a team that's a title contender. It's Anfield. It's Liverpool away. It's the team that's challenged for the league like 5 of the last 6 years. So obviously, I think that if you do win at Anfield,
at the moment.
So you win away at a title contender and it makes you a title contender.
not for every club, for a club that's at least there and thereabouts. So don't tell me if not
we're there and thereabouts now. Wait, so we're there and thereabouts now.
But I already have it done as a top 4 contender. Why are you acting like I said you're going to finish 20th?
So within about 6 or 7 games, we've already got Chelsea there or thereabouts in a title race.
For top 4, yes.
No, for top 4.
No. Title race. Let's not change the goalpost.
Title race is if you beat us only, brother.
So that one victory changes us from being a team competing for top 4 to a team in the title race.
I disagree. The narrative is obviously going to be you man are in a title race. That's the narrative. If you look win at Anfield, Lewis, don't be silly. Don't be dumb. You know what the narrative is going to be. The question, you might not agree, but the most Chelsea fans are going to sit there and go, they're going to sit there and go, we're in the title race now. That's what it's going to look like. Let's
100%. 100%.
But
CB saying that because he knows that's what he's going to be yelling from the tops because that's
CB a madman. CB don't come. CB a mad blood clot man. That man don't come.
I'll be honest.
CB's not a madman. CB says it's about Chelsea.
Bro, a sensible Chelsea fan will tell you that that goal will still be top 4. Even
are you saying CB is not sensible?
Any top 4.
Okay, Javon.
No, man, let me talk, man. I've been saying
Let them have
any
civil
top
war.
four-
Go on.
Any top 4 race, you're still touted to beat at least one of the top 3. If you want to make it in that top 4, and if you want to solidify top 4. So don't tell me if you pull up at Anfield and win 2-1 or win 3-1 that we're immediately title contenders, which would be after 8 games. Come on, man. Come on. Is it possible?
Because if that's the case, Chelsea fans are entitled to ask for apologies already.
Exactly.
I think that's funny because, like,
CB, you're just gonna
obviously you guys, Chelsea. A lot of the Chelsea contingent talk about their squad depth. You talk about your squad depth, but you never talk about the money. You always hate when we talk about the money spent because it's all about how the money is spent. But if you're gonna ignore the money and you're gonna talk about your squad power, which is a lot of you guys do think your squad is third best in the league. Let's not lie. Most of you man think that, innit? If that's the case, yeah. And you have a new manager that is already an improvement on the old one, yeah, and you have made good additions, and you can bring off Nkunku off the bench, Felix off the bench, and all these guys. If you were to look decent by match day 10, just by those facts alone, what is wrong with thinking or putting your team in the position of a title race? Because when it's Liverpool Football Club who didn't add to their squad, have a worse manager than Jurgen Klopp as it stands, forget the start, 7 games. Everyone talks about how we get rejected and how our players
contract disputes in the background as well.
Let's not forget this one. So my favorite one, how Klopp gets the most out of these players and they're actually quality. The actual quality doesn't actually amount to what the on paper quality that Jurgen Klopp brings me. So the players are going to have a reality check. We are automatically put in a title race, and the fact that we have a new manager is completely rubbished when we talk about
So can I ask you a question?
So let me know. So my point is, you guys have more actual pointers to be in a title race than Liverpool do, just based on the money you've spent, the fact that you've improved your squad and all these things. But we're not allowed to. By the way, we're not allowed to say we're not in the title race. We're not allowed.
You know why?
We are not allowed to say that.
There's very little context in that. But
The real reason why you're not allowed to say that is because your squad has been there and done it before. No one in this Chelsea squad has been there and done it before.
We signed 4 midfielders last season. All 4 of our midfielders.
Don't you still have Van Dijk? Don't you still have the Alisson?
You still have your spine.
Trent. Bro, what are we talking about? You act like you act like the core.
And we spent $1 billion to rip the squad apart and start again, not to add to it.
Exactly.
It's strong to say we've got our spine still.
So those nuances is what prep you. So when you're in these positions, that's why people are saying, you know what, Liverpool could do it again because they've done it before. Majority of your squad has done it before. No one in this Chelsea squad has won the Premier League before. Plus, we're under a new manager.
It's not.
You know how I see this Liverpool team. You know how I see this Liverpool.
Reece James has.
Reece James won the Premier League.
People still hold Reece James. People still hold Reece James above Trent if he's fit.
But one man can't carry the entire ship. Come on now.
People say Palmer on form is as good. People say Palmer on this form is as good as Salah.
You know what this?
That's 2 out of 4.
You know what this slot is like? Conte inherited a title-winning team and won the league the next season. Slot could potentially do the same. Because you guys have a title-winning team, do you not?
Conte had
I'd say title contending because I think a lot of Liverpool fans have them down for 3rd place anyway, which is the same as last.
It's really how the narrative changes on our squad.
What's the difference between 3rd and 1st?
Exactly, Tom. Because before this, it was we're 1 player away for capitulating. So it's like you need to pick your poison because 1 minute we've got the squad to do it, we've got the starting 11 to it. Then
it's only the individual. Van Dijk's not the same player he was since the injury. Salah, he's looking slow and he can't beat his man now. This spine. This spine.
Van Dijk's still one of the best centre backs in the world. We know that Salah's probably is one of the best right wingers in the world. You've got probably the best right back in the world. You've got probably one of the best keepers in the world.
All right, CB.
I'd argue they've got more understanding.
What we're saying is, don't glaze my club now because during the summer you laughed at us for not signing anyone. You laughed at our current squad going, your squad staying the same. Liverpool capitulation. I can't wait. Maybe
but your squad staying the same still is going to give you a level of quality. So if
I personally only laughed at you losing Zubimendi.
For 2 months before the season started, before pre-season, we said this. Lewis, you sat there on back again with me where I've said this, bro. Like, without signing anyone, I'm still better than you, and you. I've said that. And the pushback was gargantuan, bro. Pause. You know what I'm saying? It was a mazza. So now it's like, now that Liverpool have had a good start to the season, everyone wants to sit there and go, well, yeah, because your squad was already good. No, it's not, because you never thought our squad was already good. It's the first 7 games you're basing this off of.
I think the pushback was more, I think, more question marks on how Slot would initially start off with Liverpool.
Yes.
Not more the players, because we said, for me, you guys were 3rd in general for my prediction of the season. How close you are to 4th and 2nd all just depends on how Slot impacted your team.
I tell most of you, man, we're not in a top 4 battle. And man, like, of course, you're in the top 4. You're not in the title race. You're in a top 4 scrap like the rest of us. I said, don't put us in the same boat as you. United, Spurs, Newcastle.
That might be other Chelsea fans.
We were in Tottenham. We were in Newcastle. We were in Villa. The teams that we were getting dragged into the conversation with, we were in United in the summer. We were in United in the summer. And now that we're where we are.
It's mad, bro. I almost felt like I was the madman in the situation, like hearing some of these teams that we're going to be in conversations with. And now, just because you started well, everyone wants to backtrack.
Hey, it's the same thing with Chelsea. I heard mid-table by Christmas. Now suddenly we win at Anfield. We're title contenders. It's crazy.
Me personally,
Lewis taking it personally.
I'm not taking anything personally. I'm just holding you to your words. That's all. How is that personal? Those were your words, and I'm holding you to your words. That's it.
I'm not hearing the generalizing thing. I sat here in multiple channels with multiple content creators, with multiple top 4 prediction shows, and I promise you, I love that YouTube documents everything. I had rants sitting there with shades on telling me passion fruit and guava, saying the flavors is different this year. No, don't piss me off today, man. Don't piss me off.
That was a crazy one. I won't lie.
That was crazy, bro. I'm
tired, bro. I'm tired. Carry on. Someone else go, man.
No, do you know one thing I will say, right? There's this narrative that this is coming from our fan base. Oh, Chelsea are missing 2 of their starting back 4 in Cucurella and Fofana. But what I will say is probably a blessing in disguise for you lot, because every time Salah's up against Cucurella, he's gave him a torrid time. I think what's his name? Vega would probably be more equipped to deal with Salah as opposed to a Cucurella. 100. And let's be honest, there's not much difference with Fofana and what's his name? Tosin, because yes, Fofana had his best work 3-4 years ago, but we've not seen a Fofana the last year or two to unfortunate injury. So Tosin coming in, I don't think there's that much of a golf in class. If anything on your left back area, it could be an upgrade for this game in isolation.
Makes it better aerially too.
Salah hates Black African defenders, bro.
What?
Yeah.
For me with Vega, I ain't saying too much, but this is the perfect chance for a legacy
game.
It's a big test. He's had a good start to the season, but not the right opposition to really flex anything. If he goes up against Anfield and he has a good performance matched up against Salah, then you can start really saying that this guy's like easily got into the Chelsea squad and performed well. But he has to do it.
But look, Lewis, I can tell you the game Salah's gonna have. Like when I say Black African defenders, he hates coming up. Like he hates like Tyreek Mitchell. Like you see them man like that and Ola Aina. You see like them type of man.
Robertson.
Yeah. You see when Salah will get the ball and he'll just pass it back until the little opportunity comes to sneak inside the left back and the centre back, and then he'll bag. But you won't see him too much in these type of games sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, Salah's still Salah, but I've seen enough games against Black African defenders to make it seem like he's not in the game, but he's in the game, innit? Like, so I'm telling you right now, Vega is definitely an upgrade on Cucurella for what I'm saying.
For this game, yeah.
For me, like I can't fall for him having a bad 30 or 40 minutes anyway, because I know what Salah's like. He'll have those phases where everything looks like it's going wrong for him, and then bang, goal, just out of nowhere. And it's the definition of just a volume player to a world-class level, and that's not even a disrespect to him, because he constantly manages to bag GNA, and that's his thing. Shout out to Tyler Jones, big up for the donation, man. Said Chelsea fans want praise if they win, but understanding if they lose. I am not asking for understanding if we lose. If we lose, we're going to criticize the reasons why we lost, and that's about it. It ain't really going to be panic stations or anything like that. You guys are still the favorites. We're still the underdogs. Of course, we deserve praise if we win. If we lose, I don't want Chelsea to be babied. I don't want it to be don't worry, it's only Anfield, it's okay. No, I've been saying for like the last month or so that I'm excited for these run of games because I want to see where we're at. I want to see how we match up against Liverpool, how we match up against Arsenal, Newcastle, United. You just better win. Like, end that Old Trafford streak because I'm sick to death of not winning.
If we don't win at United, I'm losing it, bro. I'm
losing it.
Lewis, broski, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I hear that energy, but literally about 5 hours ago, I had Cheese and Dunyan telling me that even if we beat you lot 1-0, yeah, and that's for those you don't know, that's Ches and Don, yeah, Cheese and Dunyan. I had these men telling me, bro, that even if you beat us 1-0, I'm still, you can't cook us. Sorry, what?
No, that
only applies to bottom right. That only applies to bottom.
No, that doesn't apply to anyone. A win is a win.
Sorry, 3-0, 4-1.
I don't care. A win is a win.
Did you not just say yesterday?
Of YouTube should ever get cooked after beating a team. It just doesn't.
Did you not say yesterday that if you got a 1-0 win against us, you would respect Chelsea?
Yes, that doesn't mean I should get cooked because I got 3 points.
No one's saying cook someone. No one's saying cook.
Nonsense.
No, that's shame.
No one's saying cook. No. It ain't going to be a cook. But your energy is going to to be different if it's a 2-1.
But Chelsea are so shit. If we only win you 1-0, I'm gonna be like, yo.
Hold on, Husam, can I get that
Chelsea aren't shit, Maybe they're stinking crap instead of shit. So
you're saying we're shit and it's going to be a massacre for Sunday.
They got Tyler.
You can't cook me after a win, bro. That's not how.
No, you're saying we're shit and we're gonna get massacred on Sunday.
Yes.
Funeral. That sounds like back you score.
Funeral.
Well,
I said 4-1, bro. Like, listen, Chelsea ain't shared.
This is 27th minute.
This Sunday, all this Chelsea glazing ends once and for all. I'm so
bro, Javon, I have a week's worth of timestamps if we get
no man, 27 minutes. Don't make we win Sunday, no. Do not make us win on Sunday. I don't care.
Yvonne, I'm not sure if you know who Husam is, brother. But
trust me, I know. But I want
there is clips from the last 365 days. You don't even need 2 days clip, so you're good to go.
Screw all of that. You want to?
I have the recipe for the greatest Carefree Reacts episode going if we take
copyright infringement. Copyright infringement incoming.
I will do it on ×2 speed to beat the copyright. Hold that.
Representation of me. Copyright infringement. Let's go. You gotta get copyright infringement.
He's trying to copy AI, man.
These Liverpool fans ain't realizing, there's a lot more pressure on you guys to win this game than us because you're going into this game 100%. The same way we are. 100%. New manager, you started a bit decent. We both really haven't played anyone. We've seen the signs. We're impressed with what we've seen. You lost the Forest game at home. We drew the Forest game at home. We also drew to Palace, and then we lost to City, which is probably the most serious team we faced so far. You guys are yet to play anyone. The narrative is we're going there to get humbled. You guys are going there as top of the league. Only lost 1 game this season. Best defense in the league. You're even facing the best attack in the league. You're going there. All the pressure is on you guys to perform what's expected of you. Us, we're the underdogs going into this game. Obviously, amongst the fan base, there's pressure because we got manager of the month. We've been hailing up. Palmer's been playing well.
Thank God he got
this is a big test for us to see what our manager's about. But it's the same with you guys. You're yet to really see what your manager's about when it's showtime. So all of this, we're winning 3-0. All you're doing is putting the pressure on your team. I don't mind.
Yeah, but CB, you're changing your energy because before the Liverpool United away game,
that was the big test.
After the game, people said, "Oh, Liverpool slapped Man United." Blah blah. Before the game, people weren't saying that. People were reminding us of Amad Diallo. People were reminding us of the FA Cup game, the Premier League game, the fact that it's our rival. This is just the reality, guys. It's the reality. When it's a rival, all this whose crap goes out through the window. When we play Everton, it's different than any of you playing Everton because Everton will always give 300% against us. So when we're playing Man United, we know that they give a fuck about the game. We know that they're going to try their hardest. We know that they're going to give it their all. We went to Man United, won 3-0. This is not like a typical result for Liverpool winning 3-0 at Man United. I know we won 5-0 in the past as well, but I'm saying usually it's not like we go over there and we slap the fuck out.
We didn't beat them at all last season in the worst season.
And also one thing, Tom, let me just... One thing that works against this argument is the following. I used to say, and Lewis knows this 2 weeks ago, that we aren't the strongest defense in the league because we played no one. Until City conceded goals to Ipswich, Fulham, Brentford. Arsenal conceded goals to Leicester and to other teams, so to Southampton as well. So if they're not if we're not the strongest defense, they can't be by definition. We've kept the clean sheets, and actually, the goal that we conceded was when Trent was substituted because he's been the best defensive right back in the league this season. And the second goal that we conceded was literally just a Konate Bozo moment. He gave the ball to Wolves. It's not like Wolves pressured us and they scored and they were amazing. We actually defensively have been so solid in terms of the opposition there's a reason why we have the least XG conceded in the league. We have that shit for a reason. even though we've played lower opposition, but those same lower oppositions are scoring goals against the sides that are in a tighter race as well. I'm not going to speak for most people here, but I'd assume a lot of people in the chat, most people think City are going to win the league. City have conceded goals to all those teams. Most people, including myself, thought going into the season Arsenal have the strongest defense in the league. Arsenal conceded goals to all these sides. So I cannot undermine my team. That's what I'm saying.
No, I respect
same way with us.
defense.
We have the second best attack in the league statistically because we got the
that's what
second
I'm
most
saying.
goals scored.
Like, I respect your defense, don't get me wrong, but
That's fine.
it's when it's really gonna come down to the attack. Like, you haven't seen an attack like this season, so that's what it comes down to. I think the game is gonna get won in midfield. Is based on the midfield. I really hope Maresca has the balls to drop Enzo and play Lavia. That's what really it depends on.
You think he's going to drop Captain Fantastic?
He won't.
No.
Do you think you're not going to see Enzo Fernandez leading Chelsea out at
He just played
Anfield?
back-to-back 90 minutes in Argentina, so shit, man. He's got an excuse to not play.
So is McAllister, but he's going to start.
But CB, my rebuttal to that is, I don't know how, I know Lavia's back in training and Reece James, but let's be honest, they're both probably going to get the last 10, 20 minutes because the fact he's kind of had a long layoff. Do you think you're going to chuck him straight into this Anfield game? I actually agree with you.
The only thing I'll say regarding that is Lavia has been fit for 2 weeks now.
Exactly. He's been on the squad.
Haven't used him.
Yeah, but why hasn't he played?
Fair enough.
There was no need for us to use him at that point.
No,
right?
I get that, but would you throw him in at Anfield? You can't. I don't think Enzo will.
He did that. He did that
at City.
Yeah, he threw Lavia against City, so.
But he played all three of them in that game.
And I hope
that weren't a strong City midfield, though. That was a City midfield that was without Rodri and Foden, and KDB was basically doing it winger settings. Like, I'm not trying to discredit that performance, but it was a case of the stronger midfields to come up against. He's coming up against.
Performance. They fucking lost.
And at that point, Maresca did not know his best starting 11. There's been multiple games since then, so I expect the midfield to be different.
Javon, what bet you want to make right now that Enzo Fernandez starts in that game?
I'm not making a bet because I would prefer Lavia to start.
I would prefer to play against Enzo, so you're correct. I'm looking at it from Maresca's perspective. You have two players that ain't played for a while. You ain't just going to shove them in at Anfield. You're going to play the players who are more ready, you know? So he starts with Enzo Fernandez.
Lavia's being ready. Lavia's wasn't a match for the last 2 games.
He
didn't go international break. He's been training the most. He's fit. In terms of Reece James,
yeah, but training and playing is different things.
Yeah, exactly.
Playing and training's much different, especially when you go into an atmosphere like Anfield. It's dangerous. I mean, there's been plenty of players who've come into Anfield who've missed a couple games and they look off the boil and you target them and you get at them. I hope Reece James plays. If Reece James is playing,
because is he in terms of the midfield?
If I see him on the bench, I'll be happy.
Tactically, I don't see why Maresca would play start Enzo because
ruining your life.
The right back position is more good. I'm worried about Gusto against Diaz. I'll be honest, because he ain't started the season well.
Remember the League Cup? The League Cup, he had him on toast, bro. Gusto arguably that was one of his worst games.
This season he's been getting bypassed a lot.
Yeah, this season has been.
And that weren't even a good Diaz. That was a crap Diaz last season. This is a Diaz who's actually got a little bit of confidence about himself.
And then they question why I say funeral. Gusto against Diaz, Salah against Vega.
I'm more so.
We question it because you're saying 4-1.
Shiver me timbers! I'm so scared. The Chelsea.
I want to see how your fullback appears up against
Tosin Adrabayo's coming to Anfield, guys. I'm shitting it.
I need to know about.
Did he drop a blessing against you, man, last season though?
Why is no one talking about what Gravenberch's going to do to Caicedo and him, man?
This is why I need Lavia in midfield.
Gravenberch versus Enzo would be naughty. Gravenberch versus Enzo would be something.
This is what I'm saying. This is why Lavia has to play
on 4:30.
Enzo's getting air fried this Sunday. I'm telling you right now.
He's not playing because technically
Enzo, one of Enzo's best games actually came against Liverpool when we drew the start of.
Yeah. That's probably his best game.
Yeah, last season.
Yeah. That was
that player don't exist no more.
Like, I saw him.
Was that when we had Gakpo marking him?
The sprayers was disgusting. Enzo was even Gallagher. Wasn't Gallagher on smoke that game as well?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
The home game.
Yeah. First game of the season.
And Enzo and Gallagher were moving nuts that game.
We have Gallagher now.
Enzo can't play with with Palmer at Anfield next to each other because that's a that's a 3-versus-1 in midfield against Caicedo. This is the thing.
We have a handsome Gallagher,
See,
so we're good, bro.
if I'm being
All he
honest,
does is run.
Gravenberch is the only one that I'm terrified of from the Liverpool side.
So what'd you call him? What'd you call him?
Gravenberch. Gravenberch. The man that steers shit, brother. You see me? No, but seriously, no,
that's the one. It's spreading, guys.
deadly.
The word is spreading. Just know, guys. The word is spreading.
You're not scared of McAllister?
I'm not gonna lie.
You're not scared of McAllister?
No,
I think that's your best midfielder. That's what I'm saying.
Hey,
like right now, the way he just
if I'm
looks
being
at it,
honest, no.
in that
No.
midfield, in that midfield for them, they've got basically even Szoboszlai. I think Szoboszlai is useless, but that's you lot's Enzo, innit? I see you guys arguing.
We all know that. We all know he's useless.
Szoboszlai and all that bullshit, but that's the thing. In terms of if Enzo and Caicedo start, is a 2-versus-1 with McAllister and Gravenberch. Anyway, Szoboszlai, say what you want about him, he's still a utility man. He runs, he presses, he does his job off ball. That's what Enzo doesn't do.
That's why he starts. That's literally
Yeah,
exactly.
that's why I want
That's what I'm
Szoboszlai
saying.
to start this Sunday.
So
Run
that's
around.
why I'd want Lavia to play, because if we have Palmer and Enzo out of possession, that is 3-versus-1 in midfield automatically. This is what I'm saying. Tactically, Maresca's wiser than he knows that. So that's why he's been relaxed.
Heard that, Lewis? You're not coming.
Listen, the bottom line is if you let Gravy Boat play, then you man are in trouble in it, because this guy is different, innit? Like I don't need seven games to tell me this guy.
I could tell you exactly what.
By the way, Tyler is right. Javon,
so then what? So Klopp couldn't get a tune out of him then. So what? So
Javon, no, he couldn't. No, he couldn't.
Can't get a tune out of his player.
No. Yeah, Klopp couldn't get a tune out of Gravy Boat, and that's fine. Klopp got a tune out of many other players, and we won many other trophies, so that's fine. You can get one wrong, but with
Gakpo as well has been playing well.
Yeah, Gap 50.
Klopp had Gakpo in midfield.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but that's
Klopp's not a perfect manager. He makes his mistakes. So as I said, we're not going to use Slot's upcomings to discredit Jurgen Klopp's forthcomings. We're not going to do that. What we're going to say is we're focusing on Gravenberch right now. How are you going to stop him? Because 5 man of the matches in 7 games. He had Kobe Mainu in a headlock. He doesn't want to play football no more.
Couldn't play as your name.
You don't want to keep
The only thing I say is to combat Gravy Boat.
You see this Caicedo.
Right.
Even you have to admit Caicedo has been putting up performance.
That's what I'm saying. This Caicedo
needs to have a worldie.
is literally the 2 best midfielders in the league now that Rodri is out. It's the 2 best midfielders in the league going toe to toe. So I know Caicedo is going to welcome that battle. He's good. Like I said, there's a chip on our shoulder. You saw Caicedo when he went to the Olympic Stadium after he had that chip on his shoulder from last season. He went there and he pulled out. I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Endo packed him in last time he played in it, so he's lucky that Endo's not playing today. That's like we'll keep it.
I actually thought Caicedo was one of our better players that game.
Yeah, he was.
And that's where the level's at. If I'm honest.
The problem was everyone else around him let him down. That's the story of Caicedo last season. Good performance, but he's surrounded by an injured Enzo and Gallagher.
Say it, Lewis. Pochettino.
And if you want to really talk about that, let's not act like Jackson don't cause Konate and Van Dijk problems. Like we wasn't kicking, we was doing route 1 in that Carabao Cup final, and Jackson was pinning them off constantly.
Let me ask you, Liverpool man, a question.
Yeah, with hoofball tactics, and he still made 3 chances, and then he took him off.
Even that first game at home, when he picked up the ball in that counter attack, and he carried the ball all the way to the edge of the box for Mudryk, and he was feeding off Konate.
I could pull this out for Nunes. I could pull this out for Nunes. Nunes hit the post 4 times against you in 1 game. That's like a
good game. Because guess who wanted to play? Yeah, because guess who wanted to play a high line at Anfield with Disasi and Silva?
Disasi and Badiashile, like we know what they are, innit?
Wasn't it Gravenberch's wait, wasn't it Caicedo that pumped on Gravenberch's ankle when he was actually beginning to ball out as well?
That had him.
Say that again?
Bro, it's a contact sport.
Do you know what though?
Tough, right?
What's the fullback situation for you guys?
I actually didn't hear that.
CB said something earlier, and he was for him, McAllister, our best midfield. Yes, Gravenberch has been flawless this season, and because we didn't see him last season, he's going to get all the plaudits naturally. But for me, it's still McAllister that you've got to look out for.
Sure.
Because this is the norm now for him. He's been putting these performances, I'd say, from November last year, literally coming up to a calendar year. I feel like everyone just kind of forgets about McAllister. I feel like you're going to be so focused on what Gravenberch can do that he's going to go under the radar and just hurt you lot. I think that's also a player that you don't need to look out for.
McAllister can keep the game ticking. I just look at it this way. If I see Enzo playing, I know exactly what Slot's going to do. He's going to put Gravenberch on Enzo, and he's going to say, feed Gravenberch the ball, let him turn Enzo inside out. He'll put McAllister at the base and go, you keep the game ticking over. You just keep it going with your passing, with the way you control the game. And it'll basically be what he done at Old Trafford, where he just he identified the weaker midfielder in that midfield and basically told Gravenberch, go and bully the fuck out of him for 90 minutes.
Yeah, that's why I want Enzo to start. It's not even an agenda. He has
Enzo is going to start.
He literally has been Chelsea's weakest midfielder. If we can target Enzo, you need to understand the counter press will be insanity. Like Enzo is going to get stripped, bro, in that game. It's not just going to be stinker and hooked. It's going to be smell and hooked. I'd be more worried playing against Dewsbury Hall. I'm not even exaggerating. Enzo is such a weakness in that.
Hey, Dewsbury Hall's got an engine. He's got an engine.
He's got an engine at least. Imagine we're counter-attacking them. Palmer can't be arsed with defending, so we already know that. Caicedo and Enzo against R3 running at them like dogs with Szoboszlai the Chihuahua. Just running at them.
Damn.
Yeah, I need a reducer. You know those reducer tackles on Palmer, early doors, first 5 minutes.
That lets him know he's in the game.
Yeah, let him know you're there. Let him know you're there.
Try that and get stunned, though.
Let me ask you,
I might try that and get stunned.
When you see Noni and Palmer and Jackson running at you in transition, what are you doing though? When you see Noni, Palmer and Jackson running at you in transition, you're
Let me ask Liverpool a question, right? Real quick. What are your fullbacks saying?
That's what I'm saying. Because you know what's happening.
Javon,
what are our fullbacks saying?
Javon, this is my rebuttal to you. Yeah? You're saying what our fullbacks are saying, but I only trust Palmer to have end product. Yeah, Jackson's playing well, but Jackson and Noni, their gun will just jam. They'll get to the final third.
You don't trust Palmer to create or to take on players?
No, I trust Palmer out
in the 10.
Out in general.
Out of the 3, yeah.
No,
you know,
keep sleeping on Noni.
Both Sancho and Noni are going to ask questions of your fullbacks all match.
TV, you're sounding like Don. Now.
I can't lie. Noni's moved me this season, isn't it? Even that Forest game, he got a lot of criticism.
All right, say less.
Noni. Yeah. Wow.
Noni's moved me a lot this season.
Do you think Noni's not going to generate his own chances in this sort of game? Whether he finishes or not is a different question.
1v1, he hasn't been positive all season.
Let me answer this question. This is Noni, the problem with this Javon question. All year long, we've conceded in the Premier League 2 goals. None of them have been the fullback's fault. Trent has literally been flawless defensively this season. Not a single winger has cooked him. Stop using 2020 opinions in 2024. If a player has improved, we have to say it. And I say this about your... One second, I say this about your player. If Jackson scores 35 Premier League goals this season, am I going to say he's not clinical? No, I'm not. I'm going to say he is clinical. Same thing with Trent defensively. We ain't going to run the same shit we say 4 years ago. This season, Trent hasn't been cooked by a single winger. And the only goal we considered down his side was when Conor Bradley was playing. That's the thing. So we can't even say... And Trent had Hudson-Odoi on lock all game long, and then Conor Bradley came on and he conceded a goal down that side. So it's not even Trent's fault at all this season. Robertson, who I dislike, I don't even like Robertson. I wanted him replaced this summer.
Also, I think Cho came off the bench.
Yes, but hasn't been.
Even Robert's been alright. Robert's been alright.
That remains the point.
No, I get it, but like he didn't lock up Cho.
I don't even like Robertson this season. But Robertson has handled every single right winger he's come up against.
But name the wingers that you guys are playing.
That's what I was
every single winger.
Name the winger. I want to know the
who are they?
You guys are
every single winger.
You're talking about Amad Diallo.
No,
I don't think. Hold on, I don't think Rafael Leao's about. Rafael Leao's not.
Yeah, Leao. He dealt with Leao.
And Buemo, you know, and Buemo, who's got like 5 goals this season. And Buemo had nothing on us.
Yeah, and Buemo had nothing against us. That's the thing. Stop using all that.
You guys are naming reflecting
mid. But we're not using all opinions. Noni has developed this season. Sancho's had a good start for us. We should believe they're able to ask questions.
No, I don't think they're going to ask questions. I'm not worried about fucking Sancho and Madueke.
So you think they're genuinely not going to do a damn thing?
Husam, you're playing a dangerous game.
Noni, Madueke.
Husam, you're playing a dangerous game.
Noni, I'm not.
All season. Noni hasn't been
Okay, can
pocketed
I
all season,
respond?
by
I'm
the
gonna
way.
be real.
Can I
I'll
just
be honest.
respond
I'm
quickly?
not saying. Listen, we have to be very wary of Jamar in it because if Liverpool do defend resolute, it's someone like Jamar is probably more prone to unlock the defense, probably more than Cole Palmer. He's someone who plays in between the lines, probably better than Mo. Probably the
who's
best.
Jamar?
He's probably
Who's
the
Jamar?
best
Yeah,
technical.
I was thinking, who's Jamar? Sancho.
Wait, who's Jamar?
Sancho,
Yeah,
Sancho.
Jamar, man.
Sancho.
Sancholini.
Sancho.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You like that one, innit? Yeah, see, you like that one, innit?
Oh, that rattled me. Yo.
Yeah,
I-
no,
I-
he
I
for
don't
me,
know.
technically, he's the best winger of both teams. Technically, the most gifted player, technically, of all our wingers.
Disagree,
So wait, you're worried more about Sancho than Noni?
Yes,
I am.
100%.
I'm
I am,
surprised.
yeah,
I'm
100%.
surprised by that. I'll be honest.
It's not even the fact that he's gonna maybe run.
worry about who they
Not the
think.
fact that he's gonna run at Trent. He's the
They
one
aren't
that can,
worried.
for me, he's the one that
I'm not.
plays in the tight spaces the best out of the wingers, bro. He's the one that can operate and make the right decisions time and time again. So
I disagree
For
because
me-
most Salah exists.
yeah, no, most Salah does exist, but technically, Sancho.
Yes, and I think his
is-
technique is superior to
Oh,
Sancho.
what are you saying? What Rums? What? Sancho's not technical. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
Salah's
taking
not
most
technical,
Salah
yeah?
technique over
Ability.
Sancho all day,
Salah's
every
not
day.
technical, yeah?
Sancho's
taking
technical
Salah
ability for me.
You know
bro.
about
Most Salah technique is next level.
I'm not as worried about Sancho because we're just chucking out.
Salah's
Yeah.
crap. Salah's cracked, but Jadon Sancho, in terms of consistent right decision making in tight spaces, for me, he's the most consistent in making the right decision in tight spaces. Doesn't mean he's the most effective. Salah's the most effective, but Jamar's right up there, man. I think we've got to be very careful.
I've got a question for the Chelsea fans, yeah.
So
I've
hold
got
on,
a
hold on.
man.
What kind of game are we expecting? Because based on the Liverpool stake and the firing power you guys have and the midfield battle you guys have, what tight spaces are we talking about? Based on what you're saying, I'm expecting an open game. I'm expecting you guys to come at us to those three midfield, down the wing to the middle. I'm expecting.
You must not watch.
I don't think it's gonna.
No, I know you guys have. I know this season you guys have more control of the game, but the way you guys are speaking, I'm expecting you guys to pull up at Anfield. I'm expecting you guys to pull up.
No, I'm
Guns
talking
blazing.
about 9 draws in the last 10, bro. You must. I don't know what spectacle you think you're.
No, but even those draws, yeah.
Listen to the way you guys are speaking.
Quickly. I don't want to forget the Noni discourse. Quickly, this is for Lewis, Javon, and CB. Yeah, do you think this is just a purple patch for Noni? Do you think he can sustain this output from now to the end of the season?
I think he can.
The next few games will
I
answer that.
think he will improve
But-
throughout the season. I think he's in terms of just what he brings aside from GA, just 1v1 battles. He
1v1
enjoys
human.
the way the system is as well. He relishes this in it. You can see 1v1 battles. He takes it on. That he takes pride in that, and I ain't seen him lose one. In terms of clinicalness in front of goal, I wish what we saw against Wolves in terms of just how clinical he is, we get to see that more often. I think the goal that he got against Forest was a very good goal. Went under the radar, and the fact that he keeps consistently creating his own chances. Palace, for example, he missed some. Nottingham Forest, he created many consistently. Wolves, he got the hat trick. So I can see the player there. Obviously, throughout the season, yeah, I actually expect a rise. Pause. But yeah, you guys, the discourse of Noni, because a lot of our fan base don't really. I've seen what it is. He's basically like our Willian. Palmer's the hazard, so we use him as the benchmark, and he won't be Palmer. So he gets a lot of criticism. But because he gets a lot of criticism, fans like you guys sleep on him. Do you know what I'm saying? And
Roms, big up, bro. It's been good to have you on the show. Bless up, man.
I'm not sleeping on Madueke. Madueke, 75% of his goals came in one game, bro. Like, he scored a hat-trick against Wolves. The rest of the games he blanked except Nottingham Forest. This is the thing with Madueke. Madueke is going to make the wrong decision 4 out of 5 times. But the one time he makes the right decision, it bangs. Now, against Nottingham Forest, I actually thought he had a good game. Lewis knows this. I defended him against Forest because I thought he was very good in that game. And he's the one that tried to make stuff happen. Now, if you're telling me I should be worried about Jadon Sancho, I'm not. If I should be worried about Madueke, I'm not. Because worried, I'll give you an example of worried. We play Arsenal. I'm worried about Saka. I'm worried about a player of that ilk, of that caliber, a game changer. When we play Real Madrid, I'm worried about Mbappe, Vinicius. Worried is like, do I look at Trent and go like, he cannot handle Jadon Sancho? No, because he's handled every winger he's come up against. Do I look at Robertson and say he can't handle Madueke? Yes, he can, because he's come up against more difficult wingers in his career and he's handled them. So when I'm looking at Chelsea, the way that you can score goals in that game is through a Cole Palmer through ball, is through something in behind, is through something like that. So the two players that I do worry about are Palmer and Caicedo. Those are the two players that worry me. Other than that, I think the quality that we have can genuinely handle any quality that you can throw our way. Because how can I, as a Liverpool fan who's watched Andy Robertson for the last 5-6 years, even as not a fan of him or a massive fan of him, sit here and say, I'm worried that Robertson won't pass the Madueke test. I can't say that. If you tell me Rodrigo...
But that's it. You don't rate him the same way as you did a few years ago.
Yes, but if you tell me Rodrigo, you tell me someone of that caliber, yes, I'll be a bit worried. But don't tell me I should be worried.
But then it can't be a case that you don't rate him like that if that's the case.
Who, Robertson or Madueke?
Yeah, Robertson.
No, Robertson is not the player he was 3-4 years ago, 100%. But defensively, he can still do a job. My problem with Robertson is going forward. Every cross he's going to cross this Sunday is going to hit first man. Watch the space. So every cross he will hit, first man cross. He's shit going forward. But defensively was never a problem for Robertson. So yeah, we're gonna handle it, man. All the stuff. When Javon asks what game do you expect, this is my prediction. You're gonna start better. First 15 minutes. In those 15 minutes, if you don't score, it's over for you. If you score, it's also over for you because we're gonna come back and win 4-1. So yeah.
See that my thing is, I actually think we're gonna grow more and more into the game. Like, we always seem to come out for the second half and look better than we did in the first. That's been one of my biggest positives with Maresca. I think his game management has been spot on with us 9 times out of 10. No, but like, that's why I don't think it's just 15 minutes and then you're going to cook us if we're not winning. Like, for me, ideally, just don't go into halftime losing, because I would expect us to come out for the second half in better shape.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we have a bunch of attacking options on the bench that we can rely on as well. So I don't think it's a case of first 15 minutes we have to get a goal or that's done. For me, I don't want us to be losing at halftime, and then I expect us to come out in the second half a lot better. I feel like I've never said that about this club in ages, which again is another positive. But
every time I was calling you man shit, like, he was warranted then.
When?
Honestly, I'm not going to defend that.
No, but when specifically?
No, because you're saying now this season you're excited to watch, like, you want to see Chelsea play these games. You're excited to see your team play from this season, right? So these past 2 seasons, when I've been crashing it on your fan base, crashing it on you, man, it was warranted then.
Yeah, but bro, I was doing the same thing.
But we were crashing them.
But my thing is that you're doing it, but when I'm doing it, it's an agenda. Like, why was it called an agenda?
My problem for you was you said like
openly calling you man shit the whole of last season, openly. When you
because you were making the statement, right, that we've got this many points in the last 2 seasons, and I said it's disingenuous because that's 2 completely different Chelsea teams. That's not the same team.
The badge is the same, bro.
But the squad isn't. Come on, bro.
A shit Chelsea on the Potter and a shit Chelsea on the Poch. You're still shit.
But that's a different squad. Different squad and different reasonings behind it. So the squad under Potter was rubbed out and it needed to be rebuilt. The squad under Pochettino had to develop an understanding of each other and also had the worst Chelsea manager I've seen in my lifetime. Different context for different teams. That was my argument against your point, because you're acting like it was the same Chelsea team over the last 2 seasons, and it wasn't.
For me,
but ultimately, you guys are still favourites for this game.
No, ultimately, I'm just saying I was right to call you man shit, because now you're saying you enjoy the football you're starting to watch because you man used to be shit.
No, because Poch was in charge last season, and where we improve in games now, we would get worse in games under Pochettino.
Brother, I'm not defending nothing. Last season, Poch had us playing like shit. The football was horrendous. Yeah. We lost against a crap Manchester United team. So it is what it is. This season, we've been a lot better.
For a perspective.
Yes, we understand this season you've been a lot better. But now the question, because you guys have been asking us 500 questions. No. What happens this Sunday if we do win 3-0? Then what?
Then better team one.
Then I'm going to be very, very fucking disappointed, and we're going to assess the reasons why.
It depends on how we lose.
And are you going to realize the levels different?
We're going to have the third best squad in the league. Are you still going to have the third best?
That would be a massive statement from Liverpool as well. So I'll give you credit for that, but it really depends on the way we lose, because it all depends on the reasonings behind it. I can't dictate how we're going to lose. I need to see how that happens.
You know, Lewis, agendas aside, I really believe, because Enzo Fernandez is going to start in that game, I cannot wait to cook his ass. The fact that Enzo Fernandez's best qualities was supposed to show against a low block against Nottingham Forest, and he was unable to execute against Nottingham Forest deep block from hell. I don't know how he will handle it away at Anfield, to be honest with you. If you had Lavia and Caicedo starting on a real level, I'd be a bit more worried. I go like, you know what, Lavia and Caicedo, that's a fucking strong double pivot. Now, I'm just being logical here. Logic dictates, I doubt that Enzo Maresca is just going to go like, okay, you've trained for 2 weeks, here you go, start at Anfield. I think Enzo Fernandez is going to at least minimum play 45 minutes. And in those 45 minutes is going to be hell for you. So it depends what happens in the first 45 minutes.
So then, Husam, because you like to do the hypotheticals a lot. If I ask you, what if Enzo Maresca doesn't start Enzo? Because I feel like your whole strategy, your whole confidence comes from the fact that you're going to target Enzo.
No, it's not just that. It's Gusto against Diaz. It's Vega against Mo Salah. It's Jota against Tosin Adarabioyo and Colwell. So I have every right to be confident.
How are you guys going into this game? Do you guys like? Is it a mid block? Should we expect a mid block? Do we expect a high line?
There is going to be no mid blocks. We're going to have the ball. And you're going to have the ball for certain moments in time. The only difference is we have defenders who can deal with your stuff. I don't think the reverse is true. Let's be real here. Vega, biggest test of his career, Mo Salah. Gusto, currently this season, I'd say the biggest test is Diaz, headed into this. Oh, by the way, even Gakpo. That's a test.
He played against Man City, though, so I wouldn't say...
Yeah, but who's Man City's left winger? Doku, shiver me timbers. Come on now. So the defense for you, and also, can we address the elephant in the room? Robert Sanchez. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? All I need is minute 3. Robert Sanchez just give the ball to Mo Salah by mistake. That's all I need. And
he's capable of it, but he's also been one of our best players this season.
Yeah.
So like he's definitely minimized on the errors, but he's got the bozo gene. I can't talk that down.
Yeah, he's a good shot stopper.
He had a good game against Forest, so you're only as good as your last game, innit? So hopefully,
I think it was bad against Brighton, bad against City, and that was it.
You ain't got Alisson. You're getting Kelleher minutes. So
Kelleher beat you already 2 times at Wembley.
Oh please.
Yeah. You see, the Kelleher thing don't really change too much for me.
Poch tax, Kepa tax, Mount tax,
Gallagher tax, and Mount tax.
Clearly,
all this tax is moving like the fucking US government on my YouTube AdSense.
I hope you see why we needed to do that clear out now.
There you are.
Exactly. Shout out to African Cat saying if you're always taking more of your players in the combined 11 and beat the team sitting on the top, you should be in the convo. Why hide? What? I've never said that. Like we're gonna do the combined 11 in a little sec anyway, but I don't expect Chelsea to have the dominant players. And I know I watch El Hour, so we don't need to leave that.
Remove even forget the 11 for a second. But I'm talking about the best squad in the third best squad in the league that I consistently hear.
No, they do say it. They do say it.
Some fans say it, but no, that ain't me.
I hate when people look at just the squad. There's certain nuances that you need to win a title. Look how long it took Liverpool to break their 30-year dunk. They had to build certain nuances with the team. Yes, it's fine on paper, but ball on paper and ball in real life is 2 different things. Come on now, use your head, bro.
That's why I say it's a straw man's argument to say, best squad on paper. You just have the biggest squad. It's one of the biggest squads. That's all it is. When we talk about players like João Felix and Jadon Sancho, now when I talk about some of these, and again, people stop saying generalizing. I sit on the streams of these people all the time, and I also have the internet. Genuinely, when we're talking about bringing players off the bench, and yes, you have a lot of talent coming off this bench, but the talent is still in time unproven. For me, I look at Christopher Nkunku, who was brought in to be a starter and a talisman, can't get in the team over Jackson. That's an issue that you guys will never admit to me. We're looking at João Felix, who was a supreme talent once, for going for 150 million or whatever, however much he costs. Now he comes on and he's a squad player. Good option as a squad player, but in terms of a goal scorer, I think Chelsea have good talents, but in terms of goal scorers, you only actually have Palmer and Jackson, and maybe if Nkunku can build fitness and a consistent run of games. I think you have good players, but in terms of bringing people on the bench, to me, it's not fully proven. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like it's easy to look at the names and make the on-paper argument, but actually playing the football and doing what needs to be done. Mudryk made an amazing run, crossed it in, Nkunku misses in front of goal. João Felix misses a header in front of goal. that could have been solved by bringing in maybe an Osimhen instead. I'm not saying it was wrong to bring in these players, by the way. I'm just saying that the depth that you lot show off about, still it's not just on paper. Like, these guys are still unproven in certain areas where you need them to succeed.
I will say for Forest, my problem with Maresca is that the subs were way too late. First sub was 78 minutes. It should have been like at least 10, 15 earlier. But
that's the first time
that's also why I'm excited for this run of games. Because like you said, prove yourselves. That's what these run of games should be doing. Prove that you can go toe-to-toe the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal and Newcastle, for example. Shout out to Sam. You're saying Chelsea possession against Brighton, 41%, 47 versus West Ham, and City, 48. Sure, Pep disciple. Clowns, Chelsea, 4-2. I didn't even know that the Brighton one was that low. Fair enough.
Liverpool are not conceding 4 at Anfield. No chance.
Oh, is that a score prediction? Yeah, no.
The last time we held more than 4 was Real Madrid. Can't even remember the last time in the Prem.
And
I think the last time we scored 4 at Anfield was 05.
So let's not
Who?
go there. I said Benzema Ballon d'Or season better than your whole team.
Vinny as well. It was Vinny with 2 and Benzema with 2, and it was
Vinny and Benzema. You ain't got that facilities like that. So
yeah, we got Jackson and Palmer. Shout out to Known Unknown Collective saying, let's hear from the sensible pool guys. Monts and Husam gotta get back to their Waffle House shift. Fucking hell. Up the Chelsea and big up the panel. Be ready, Husam, for Sunday. Trust me, like, this is the most anticipated Liverpool-Chelsea game I've had in years. I cannot wait.
Unknown Collective, your name is on the list. You get me? So let's just go there. I'm going to be taking attendance this Sunday. As we said, new tab. Carefree Lewis watch along and Husam watch along together. You get me? But I'm taking attendance. Because all you Chelsea bums who have been waffling from the start of the season, if I'm taking attendance and I say your name and you're not there, you can't say shit after the season, after the game.
Well, also, I do want to say, though, if we get anything from this game, do not let him dictate how you act. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say, bruv. If we get any sort of result from Anfield, if we get anything from Anfield, you can't tell him, oh, you weren't here at 4:10 when I started my stream. I'm not listening to you now.
No, they have to be there. They have to be there because I know exactly what they do.
No. The only thing that has to happen, you have to win. You have to win. That's what has to happen. Like, these man, if they skip class and everything and you lot don't get the 3 points, it's still long for you. It's still long for you. Shout out to OG Queens. Big up. I think it's a 3-1 Chelsea win, by the way. This Barca fan. Husam is friends and Monts. I can't wait to face you in the last 16 of UCL. I'm out of the mud. Bums FC. Oh, yeah, shit. Yeah, you got handsy flick. Yeah, you've been doing your thing.
Embarrassing loss in your fucking life. So please stop it.
But Barca don't have that fear factor anymore. I ain't scared of Barca like that anymore.
Barcelona fans rooting for Chelsea. The game's gone, man.
The game is gone. Utter woke nonsense right there. Utter woke nonsense. Also, to be fair,
bring Christensen back.
Anyway, guys, I have to go now because I'm going on the football terrace as well. So,
yeah. Shout out Husam, bro. Big up.
Big up to you guys. Make sure you guys.
Let me just see if there's any other super chats directed at you first. Jay says, hopefully no Liverpool player slips on the pitch. Tyler Jones said, add the names to the list. Big up to Tyler Jones for the generous donations as well. He also said, who is Reece James? You'll find out soon when he's back. Well, whenever he's back.
Is any of them
no, actually, yeah, none of them are at you. It's all right. Big up for Sam, bro. Blessed up.
Like and subscribe. See you guys later, man. See you guys later.
Take care, bro. Giovanni says you can't say underdog with $1 billion spent. I mean, yes, we can. Yes, we can.
What happened to £1 billion bottle jobs? Now it's all money.
Oh, what a day that was!
Exactly.
What a day that was.
You were laughing at.
It's easy to say it without the context. We spent $1 billion to rip our squad apart and start again. If we added $1 billion to the squad, yeah, fair fucking enough. We should be going for the title immediately. You spend $1 billion on additions to the squad. Cool. No, we subtracted basically everybody and then added. So, no, like, that doesn't work. Big up to Blaze saying these Liverpool frauds every time they talk about the level when we gas our players, but now they want to gas Gravenberch against what level opposition in 7 games?
I mean...
that's one for you guys.
If I want to get technical with it, I can say you got man of the match against the team that got a point away at Stamford Bridge in Crystal Palace. So if you want to go on just between club level... Gravenberch has got one there. He's done it away at Old Trafford, which has swallowed players up before. He's done it away at the San Siro, which has swallowed players up before. Gravenberch this season has been the best midfielder in the league. There's no arguments against it, and he's done it against some good midfield.
He
has been better than Caicedo today. Let's be serious now. Let's be serious now.
Not even go there with that, bro.
Wait, we're saying Caicedo better.
Had a meltdown when they couldn't get Caicedo on Lavia 4.
Yeah, but no one's saying Caicedo.
Caicedo's second best this season.
No one said he hasn't been good. Gravenberch for me has been number one. It's not even,
Caicedo's had his odd off games this season, so yeah, fair enough. I hear that. Shout out to Papa Beard saying sorry for spending a billy. Our owner should be like FSG, not spending and have the manager give up, and players wanting to leave, not having ambition. Fucking hell! Oh yeah, that one hit deep. Yo, that one hit deep, bruv. I hear it, because next season, if you guys don't keep those key players, it's going to be a little bit long for you guys still. Shout out to CR, saying I played the Sassy at right wing over Madueke. At least he's passed. Nah, come on, man. Come on, bro. Thank you for the donation, but bro, whoa, come on. We don't need to do that. Noni's shown visible improvement this season. Salah technical services available in your area. Fucking hell, right? Fair enough, man. Big up. Gabman says, what about the depth of the substitutions? I hear it, but like, it's also about the right timing of using them as well. So hopefully we see earlier subs in the game against Liverpool.
We've also got depth that I think is up there. You know, I stand by it. I think we've got the best attacking depth in the league in terms of just a pure 6-man attack. I think it's the best. Midfield-wise, obviously there's no Harvey Elliott, but you're lacking a bit there. And defensively, you've got some quality players there. I just don't see... If you're going pound for pound with both squads, I don't see how people can put Chelsea's squad ahead of Liverpool's.
I'm surprised you think you got better attacking.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that attack. Can you name the six attackers you're talking about?
Salah, Jota, Diaz, Gakpo, Chiesa, Nunes.
Yeah, so like Diaz is in good form, so I can't even argue that one down. Your three starters, I hear. Nunes, who else? Gakpo off the left, I hear it. Chiesa's a question mark.
I'm not hearing that Nunes.
I'm not saying everyone is better than everyone, but I'm saying as a collective unit, I think our depth would rank higher than yours.
Over Jackson, Palmer, Noni, Sancho, Neto, and
none of those men bagged more than 10 goals, bro. Apart from Palmer and Jackson, bro.
I'm good with mine.
Yeah. Well, I think we can match up. I'm not sure.
Left wing straight away. I'm taking both my left wingers ahead of yours. Diaz ahead of Sancho and Gakpo ahead of Mudryk.
I'd say it would be Jackson and Jota would be the two strikers you're going for the squad. And I feel like Salah on the right wing over Noni. If you want to put Palmer there, it's still Salah. Like, I don't really see. And if Chiesa, you could put probably Noni over Chiesa if you want, because we've seen more of Noni. But
who's touching like?
Now, starting 11, I could hear the argument. It's just depth.
Salah,
I spoke about both choice wingers, both choice strikers, and both choice right wingers.
No, but barring Salah, who's getting 14 league goals for your team? That's 6.
That's why I said Jackson would be there. That's why I said Jackson would be there.
Jota's hit 18 in the league before for Liverpool.
But I said it would be Jackson and Jota, but which one you would want to go with is up to you. But you see what I'm saying?
No, Nkunku.
Give me a fucking break with Nkunku, bro. Like,
there's 12 games in the Prem.
By the way, I hold Jota accountable. The fact that he doesn't play, I said this is Jota's last season. If Jota don't stay fit, I don't care how fucking clinical he is. I want him gone. You're no use to me on the bench 24/7, in the injury room 24/7. I don't care if you scored 18 goals for one season. I don't care. So I'm not gonna switch up my energy for Nkunku. You know what I'm saying? I know what he was brought in for and what he's been providing and what he's doing now is a disappointment. Right now, he's been a failure for Chelsea up until now, since he signed. Availability is also an ability. And when he's been available, he's not been the first choice. And you still can't find a position for him. And now he's scoring a hat-trick against Barrow, and you guys are trying to make that seem like it's okay. It's not. But I'm the bad guys, man.
And shout out Bayern Munich still.
Give me Jota.
Big up to Jordan Lee saying Chelsea and Liverpool have lost the same amount of games since January 2024, and Liverpool lost to worse teams. Fucking hell. Didn't even know that was true. Fair enough. Like, again, still that don't really change too much in the grand scheme of things for Sunday's game, but didn't know that we've lost the same amount of games this year. Mad. Big up to Blaze saying Monts CFC players not proven like Gravy Boat, huh?
No, bro, if you're going by the same logic, obviously Gravy Boat is not proven. Like, but I have proven players. Like, and that
like proven Salah, players around Gravy.
Yeah, proven time. So here it.
Yeah.
Pachara says USA winning streak ends all because of Poch. Obligatory fuck Poch quote. Big up to you. And Blaze says 11 plays Chelsea beat that Milan team 3-0. Not proven. I will say as well, like, everyone was on second out around that time as well. I don't know if he's turned things around now, but like every AC Milan fan I was looking at was screaming Fonseca out. So I'm guessing
he beat Inter like he beat Inter like 3 days after losing to us, so he got himself in the good books there.
Didn't they rotate for the Inter game?
Since,
they rotated against you guys for the Inter game that was coming up.
They didn't. They didn't. Leao and Hernandez both started that game. My man Young went down injured 4 times against us, so he definitely played.
They mixed it up.
No, we pumped up. Milan held straight back slots, man. I can't even.
This is
you guys are just cooking them on transition every time, and the set piece is long.
No. In possession, everything. They didn't do nothing. In possession, they don't fuck all. They didn't have barely any shots. Again, back slots, man. Not back shots, back slots.
For the Liverpool guys that are still here, for your squad playing wise, because I've seen a couple of games and I feel like there's a low moment in the second half. Has it been consistent since the start of the season?
In what sense? What do you mean?
Where you guys kind of take your foot off the gas?
Are you taking it as in like?
Consistent throughout the 90, I'm guessing.
Yeah, consistency throughout the 90, because I've seen a couple of games.
I'm not gonna lie.
It happens when we're in the lead. Like,
yeah,
it happened against United, and they had a couple chances.
It happened against Wolves. Yeah, against Wolves, I feel like we took our foot off the gas in and around, I think, the 60th minute.
Yeah,
I also feel like that could be down to opposition though, because last year we were going 100% from minute 1 to minute 90 in every game, regardless of opposition, and it killed the players. And we were out on our feet towards the back end of the season, whereas now I think Slott's almost going like Bournemouth. We did nothing after 60 minutes, and that was fine. Yeah. The game was crap because it was a case of save the legs, save the energy, slow it down. So I'm hoping that in a game like this, Chelsea, we go on for longer because we've saved up that energy. We've saved up those legs in the past 7 games to throw it all out now in these big games where you need to get the 3 points. That's how it looks anyway.
There's also that first 5 minute. There's that 5 minute window that we keep doing where like first 5 minutes of the game, there's like a clear cut chance for the team, and then you don't really see a clear cut chance for like the next 70 minutes. But if you saw Pulisic did it against us. Where we kind of
to be fair, it only typically happens when a certain Greek man's at left back, but the man who pushes him has gone.
He was for the rest of the game though. He was excellent for the rest of that game. But
he needs the wake up call. He needs because he's done it against Palace as well. Inside 20 seconds, let Saar run off him, and then Nketiah was offside.
I'm saying, so there can sometimes. I'd say if you are looking for moments where you think, cool, when will Liverpool switch off, it's probably that first 5 minutes, or if you're probably winning and it's the 60th minute and we haven't quite got that second goal. Palace looked all right in there, and I'd say in the second, maybe I say Palace though because McAllister came off the pitch, and when Szoboszlai came on for McAllister, for me there was a massive golfing quality there in terms of keeping the ball.
Jones couldn't do the same job when he was at DM.
Yeah, it's almost like. Jones needed McAllister as that sort of safety net and to hold things together. Palace looked a lot better when Szoboszlai came on because what does he do? He just runs and flicks his hair. So.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you guys though. How do you guys feel about this Szoboszlai problem?
He's crap, but he runs a lot. Like you literally summed it up, CB, perfectly. Like he's like anything you name, any superlatives you want to give him lies off the ball. Nothing positive in his game.
You guys basically got a worse Gallagher. That's what I've realized.
You guys paid 70 million.
No. I'd even say he's probably better at what Gallagher does with the running because he's built like an android. He's got jets. Like he's mad quick. I didn't even know. I didn't even deep how
he was the second player in the league last year.
Yeah, like he's actually mad quick and he doesn't stop running. So he's always gonna play because he brings the balance and physicality. Obviously, Gravenberch and McAllister is a good physical and technical. It's a very good balance between them both. But Szoboszlai, like, I'd love to put Harvey Elliott as the third midfielder if he was fit. But if I look at the balance and physicality and what Liverpool want to do, it kind of just has to be Szoboszlai. I just wish he would actually be hard, like what we actually like. Gravenberch is what we thought Szoboszlai was going to be. Honestly,
he was waiting for him to wake up.
On the ball, Szoboszlai Leipzig was really good. I did not expect this.
Part of the problem is the amount of run that we have him doing, though. Like when you'll see him 1 minute in practically at right back, getting back there to try and block, and then the next minute he's picked up the ball, he's sprinted 50 yards forward carrying it. The man's gassed every time he's on the ball after 20 minutes, and he's just making incorrect decisions.
But Tom, start of games when that man hasn't done no running, bro. He's breaking up attacks and he's making.
His decision making's poor at the minute, and it wasn't when he first joined. The thing is that when he first joined, the decision making was there, so it's not like it's never been there, which is why it's more confusing as to why we've ended up like this.
But I'm gonna hold him responsible because it's now been a whole year and a bit now, isn't it? Like it's not like it's to say, it's been 2 months. Like it's been.
You're like me, where you give him the first season and then it's like, just.
Like I was protecting him till about April, Till about April, I was like,
and that's also for you, by the way. You're acting like I should be defending Enzo. He's been shit this season. I did all the defending for him last year. He's been garbage this year. He needs to pattern up. Simple.
And Lou, I tried, bro.
I don't represent my players. I've been doing all the defending this year. Fuck off.
If Enzo wants to turn it around and he does start on Sunday, he needs a big game. He needs to take.
It's on him. You be good at passing.
From those 2 Argentinian games that he played, because I think he played well in those 2 games. He needs to take that momentum and bring it into this Liverpool game if he starts. Because
you just gotta be good at what your bread and butter is, which is passing the ball.
Enzo is the fact that he knows he can't get dropped. And he don't need to perform, or he isn't held to any standard that the rest of the players.
I really don't think so. I think we have a manager that will drop in.
You
say that because he has that energy towards all the other players. Yeah. For example, if Neto's not good enough or Noni's not good enough, they get dropped. Jackson maybe with Nkunku. We've seen it around the pitch. Yeah. So you assume, okay, he has this energy for Enzo, but he actually doesn't. Because even the Forest
also, Enzo did get subbed off against Forest. It was just, again, too late. It should have been 10-15 minutes earlier.
But he got subbed off because we were chasing a goal and he subbed on an attacker.
We're equalising by that point.
No, he got subbed off when we wanted to equalise.
No, we had already equalised by that point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we were
chasing a winner.
Yeah, we were chasing the win. Like I'm yet to see Maresca say, you know what, he's not been good enough. We all have seen he ain't been good enough for at least a month now. Okay, don't start. And he's the type of manager I'd expect it from. But for some reason with Enzo, even last season when Poch, he said it before the Everton game, when Caicedo and Enzo came back from international break, they had 1 weekday of training, then they went to Goodison Park. He said, the owners will kill me if I was to bench Enzo. I don't think he was joking. Everyone took it as a joke. I don't think he was joking. And it shows again, like he's indispensable. And it's jarring. This is why you will never see him try to push himself and be a better player. For example, that Liverpool performance you saw last season. No one in the fan base is expecting that this weekend. And that just shows everything when it comes to him. I'm tired of him.
I just want to see him get back to at least just consistent passing. Second half against Forest, I was literally screaming in Matthew Harding for him to get subbed off because he was making too many stupid errors. But honestly, that's my thing now. Just get your bread and butter sorted. Like, you are meant to be a quality passer. Get the passing on point, because then at the very least you can accommodate for everything else. But again, this is what the next few games are all going to show us.
Yeah, because if he starts that fist ball into him, I want him to drop as a DM in that first phase and try to pick out those line breaking passes. I don't want Palmer to drop too deep in the midfield because Palmer can't play those passes. So Enzo needs to keep the game ticking over. Needs to probe when he needs to probe, and he needs to not be as high because in transition he'll get cooked.
I think we just got to do the basics. If he's playing, I want the basics from a midfielder. I want you to win your duels. I want you to get stuck in your 50-50s. I want you to track back. I want you to press. I want you to pass the ball and complete the passes. The bare minimum. That's what I'm, at this point, for 120 million, and we're begging for the bare minimum, bro. It says it all.
The way you're talking about Enzo, though, that's the kind of game where Szoboszlai would do well, because all he needs to do is just kind of run at him and put pressure on him, which is where he kind of, what he's done, what hasn't kind of dropped off in the first game. It all depends on where he starts. If he plays him as an 8, then I want Gravenberch on him. If he's making Enzo drop into the 6 to try and pick up the ball, Szoboszlai will be on him. Either way, he is that weak point in that team, and 100 and however much million you spent on him, it didn't seem great at the time. It felt a bit reactionary at the time, and you've got moments, you've got fits and spurts, but it's just not. It's
I don't even think we've had moments. I think the only moment we've had was where I said, you know what, he's showing his worth was Aston Villa, that FA Cup replay. Other than that, I have not seen anything that says, you know what, he's a £100 million midfielder. I see with Caicedo every other week.
At the end of the day, Lavia is fully fit. So even if Enzo starts and he's having a shocker, hook him and play Lavia. Don't let the game get too far away from you before you make certain substitution and in-game management. This game is going to be an all-timer. Even look who's on the VAR, Michael Oliver. So,
Anthony Taylor isn't reffing, is he?
No, it's John Brooks.
I've got a question for you guys though. Jackson or Nkunku for this game?
Jackson.
Still Jackson. Jackson.
I'm a Liverpool fan and I'm saying Jackson.
If we play the high line, I'll say Jackson. But from what I've seen from Liverpool,
you'd play Nkunku. You'd play Nkunku like as a second striker with Jackson. If you had to like force him into the team, that's how you'd probably do it.
If anything, I like being able to use Nkunku as an option off the bench. I think it's a nice little it's a really good option for us to have.
Yeah,
it's funny.
I want to make any changes. Him and Palmer's working out well. They've got great chemistry. Don't need to break it.
People think I hate Nkunku. I have nothing against Nkunku. I think Nkunku is a brilliant player. But for what you bought him for, and I say similar, like for what you've bought him in for him to be a squad player and playing in the competitions he's playing is almost a disrespect to his talent. But he's not helped himself, obviously, A, with his fitness, and B, Jackson is just suited to again, you guys play a 4-3-3. You don't play 4-2-3-1. Entirely, it's more of a 4-3-3 at the moment, isn't it? So it's kind of hard to go. If you play him left wing, are you going to get the best out of him? Not really, because you've got pure wingers like Neto there. You've got Sancho, who's more of a wide left inside winger who can kind of link the attack well. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just one of those things where, like, for how good he is,
he doesn't fit the makeup of that attack.
He doesn't. Yeah, like it should be. He's a player that should be playing with his talent. But he hasn't showcased it enough, and he also hasn't been fit enough. So even though you guys will try, you can try and mask it as squad depth, but really it's looking like just an underwhelming signing from a rival perspective. You know what I'm saying? Which is again, if there's an injury and he comes in, you'll probably get a chance to show himself. But you wouldn't have thought that upon signing him 2 years ago, because remember he came in January. It's not even 2 years.
I think it might be disappointing in terms of his level of importance, but January. But he joined in the summer.
He joined in the summer. Sorry, my bad. Yeah.
Nah,
I think it's like that's more level of importance, but that says more about where Jackson's improved than like what Palmer's done since joining the club and everything. And the injuries obviously play a part, but those players have rose the level to a point where they can't be dropped, and they're playing in the positions where Nkunku would be thriving in.
I don't think Nkunku would be thriving though, because of the makeup of Poch didn't have a great attack, but the attacks kind of have a similar structure in the sense of your wingers aren't guys, bar Madueke, who I don't necessarily think is a clinical goal scorer, aren't guys who are going to be making 20 runs in between the fullback and centre back every game to try and attack that space. And Nkunku is the kind of guy you want to be giving the ball to, and then having everyone run off around, he lays off and then he moves in at the end. Whereas you've got Palmer to be your chief creator, rightly so, because he's been one of the best players in the league. So then that side of Nkunku's game is not needed. And if you put Nkunku in a physical battle with most Premier League centre-backs, he's going to lose, so he can't stretch the defence in the same way. He's almost he was the guy you needed if you were going to play a flat 3 in midfield and not have a 10. But you've got probably the best 10 in the league for the past year and a half. So you're not going to play him. That's kind of where the problem is. Jackson, the runs that he makes, the way he plays, he stretches the back line to open the space for whatever wingers you're going to play in Palmer to attack into. And Nkunku doesn't do that. And Nkunku's the guy who wants to be linking everything up.
And to be fair, listen, from the preseason, Nkunku, when he was playing as a 9, looked mad isolated to me. But when he played as when he was the deepest receiver of the ball in the attacking line, he was spinning. He was spinning, man, for fun on that half turn. Even in the City game, where the scoreline was harsh. But if you watched Nkunku's game, he was brilliant. You know what I'm saying? Picking the ball up, half turn, gone. You're not catching him. Now it's 3-on-3. You're in a perfect situation that you practice every day in, day out on training on the ground.
The issue with Nkunku starting is if his best position, like Man said in preseason, was that other 8 sitting right beside Palmer, which would be right beside Palmer. The issue is that leaves only one DM, and we can't go into Premier League games with one DM. And especially within our own fan base, we've had debates of, is Caicedo a natural DM or is he an 8? We don't have an out-and-out killer, stopper, breaker up of plays. You understand? So that's why he doesn't get into the team. Because Nkunku as a striker, not the best position for him, right? Out left, still not the best position for him. If we were playing
the central areas,
exactly. If we were playing with inside forwards, then that's a different conversation. So he just has to hold bench right now, unfortunately, until Jackson gets, if God forbid Jackson gets injured, or he just goes on a run of bad performances.
Right. It's a weird one with him, innit? Like, it's a weird one.
So shout out to Blaze again, saying if Chelsea are winning, who would care about Nkunku? That's kind of been more my belief with it. Like, if we weren't in a good position, we'd be pushing for the more experienced players to start. But as of now, Jackson and Palmer have been doing their thing. Obviously, Jackson needs just a hint of more consistency, but that's about it. Big up to LD saying, big up the panel. Which team is the Spurs of last season after 7 games? I guess time will tell on that one, but I don't think either of us are the Tottenham. I don't expect us to fall apart.
Managers are willing to change. Neither, because both managers are willing to change tactics and willing to adapt in the game. Whereas Ange Postecoglou would get a man sent off and just put his line higher.
We haven't got the Spurs mentality either.
If the rule that was, you're not offside if you're in your own half didn't exist, Ange Postecoglou would have had that line on your penalty area. He would have pushed it as high as he could have done. That's all he's got in his head, and it's suicide. I've seen more of Slot in terms of the changes that he'll make in game. I've seen Maresca make changes in game. That's what Postecoglou doesn't do. And that's why Spurs became the Spurs of last season, because teams figured them out and they've done nothing to change.
And I think a bigger point for me regarding Postecoglou is he developed a system and put players in that system. He doesn't necessarily have the players to play his system. Right, you can argue like some of the centre backs are not up to speed. His attack, he doesn't have the squad quality. So I think it's a mismatch manager to club and the players that are in that club. Versus if you look at Liverpool, Chelsea, different thing.
I think the thing is, Postecoglou's plan A. His plan B is to improve plan A. Now, usually though, I think that's a good manager trait where you're very stuck within your ways. But when your board is a bit and your players are a bit and that kind of forces your plan A to not be your plan B, to not be to improve plan A. You have to have a plan B when you're at Tottenham, because more often than not, you're not going to have the players to do what you need to do. And top coaches can often look like average coaches, or top players sometimes can look like not as good as what they are. Bale's only not won trophies in 2 years. And that's when he went Tottenham, when he was at Tottenham. And when he came back to Tottenham, Mourinho's won trophies everywhere he's gone. He didn't win any trophies when he went to Tottenham. You see what I'm saying?
Sacked him before he even had the chance.
Before he even had the chance, you know what I'm saying? But is there an account with me with a beard? Someone's made an account. Let me see that. I'm trying to see what I look like a bit.
That was it.
Ross, that what? Hey, Ross, that what look like?
You look kind of cold. I can't lie.
Hey, what? Rick on a Rick Ross thing. Let me see that. Hey,
You look like a ghost.
Hey, what? Maybe the hair's a bit mad. Maybe with this hair, with the beard, might have to. Then again, there's more hair than skin on my face.
A little fade on either side. I hear.
Yeah,
it.
Maybe a little fade and this type of hair with this.
Yeah,
beard
that's it.
What? You can run that. Maybe you can run that.
That looks like Monts 2032.
Shout out to Robert M.
Hey, do you might want to see something funny? Yeah, you see this kit I'm
wearing? Big up, Robert.
You see this kit I'm wearing? Yeah, I got it for like 80 Qatari Riyadh. Yeah, I had to. You won't find a kit like this anywhere in the world. Yeah, it's last season's kit. Yeah. Look at the back. Mason fucking Mount.
Brother, are you fucking?
I couldn't believe it. I had to buy it. I had to buy this.
Wait, is that
you are actually kidding?
Wait, is that
50 Qatari Riyadh? That's like £20. They slapped Mason Mount on the back of the kit. People were wearing it.
No shame.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
Man said they're still selling Mount Chelsea shirts.
Literally. Yeah, proper Chelsea. Chelsea through and through.
If AI man,
we'll see if we're saying the same thing about Trent next year, innit?
Yeah, you got.
Hey, he's dead to me if he goes. He's dead to me if he goes.
Don't do that, man.
I said Trent Alexander-Mount, bro. It's all mad.
You know what? I've been meaning to ask
Let
you
this
guys,
man leave.
If Trent goes for free, he's dead to me. It's the way.
No, but that is why though. He's an academy
Why?
player. He's won everything for the club. He's not joining a Prem team. He's not joining a Prem team though. He's going to Madrid.
He's not even getting you any money.
He's
going for free.
He's going to the biggest club in the world, bro.
He's not going in your account, bro.
I don't care. You don't leave on a free.
I would understand if you
It's
joining
McManaman all over again, and McManaman got shit for it. So rightly so. You don't leave Liverpool. Like a
Can't even.
These man are crazy, you know.
Our
So
man
you
said
want him to
he's-
rock
I
there
actually
in
thought
his
you were
prime.
frozen. Fuck's sake.
Man said he's dead.
He's dead.
dead to me.
Wait, Tom, say it again. I need to just say it again.
If he goes Madrid on a free, he's dead to me. If he goes Madrid on a free, best believe I'm posting that Vinny goal in the Champions League against us. Best believe it. Best believe
That's cockadry. That's cockadry there, though. You can't do that. That's cockadry.
Watch me.
I don't understand.
I will run the nastiest agenda.
What do you want him to do? Like, I don't get. Is it just because he's leaving in general? You want him to die as a Liverpool fan, as a Liverpool player?
You never leave this football club.
Fuck.
You sign a new deal.
This what you guys did. Do you know what you guys have to do? Just go and threaten his family, innit? It worked to Gerrard. Go just send death threats to his family.
Yeah, word. Tom, you know what the bully boys. Tom, you know what the bully boys are really gonna do. He's staying, bro.
Boss calls will be made. Boss calls.
Yeah, boss calls.
Man, I think this is a game, bro. You ain't leaving, bro. What? Going where? You going?
You know, that's mad. I understand if it was a Prem team, though. He's going to Real Madrid. Yeah.
Bro,
he can boost his brand, his PR
right
as a
now,
player.
Black Rick, bro. I'm telling you right now, he ain't
Just sign a little 1 year.
Bro, how about this, brothers light skin as well, you know. So you think it's hey man, hey, let
What
me
if
not,
he
man.
leaves in January?
Let me not, blood.
But I don't understand.
For mid-season. Oh, fuck it.
Yeah. No, because at the end of the season, his contract is expired. So,
but you know what Madrid are like? They're more likely to get the pre-contract agreement sorted.
The offers Madrid are going to make a crap though. I'm not taking 10 mil for him. I would rather
80 mil on the table right now.
They're not putting 80 mil on the table for a player with 6 months left on the deal. They're not doing that.
Yeah, that would be.
Listen, he's going for free. Accept it. It is what it is. It's not a problem. He's done he's won everything he can win at Liverpool. It's over. He completed the mission. Let him move on. New chapter. He's in Real Madrid. He's
Liverpool needs Real Madrid needs a right back right now, bro.
Yeah, go by Pedro Porro. Go by Pedro Porro, like all your newspapers have been saying.
I'm not gonna lie.
Florentino Perez sees that crossfield pass every time to Mbappe.
Yeah.
He's going, bro.
I'll be real, Tom. He wouldn't be dead to me, innit? Like, I'll be real. Dead to me. I'll be real. I think that's a bit brazy, innit? Like, if he leaves, I'll be fuming. I'll be hot for the foreseeable, but like eventually I can be like, cool, Trent. Like, say this, innit? That's cool. But
I couldn't do it.
Dead to me is a bit too much. Like, I don't know, man.
Same with any guy who came through the academy, said all the stuff about wanting to stay for their career and then jump ship on a
I'm a
saying
man.
it means more. We saying it means more, and then
he's the guy who's pushed it means more. He's the guy who gets the shit every time because he says it so much. Now the first chance to go to Madrid, I'm like, oh, Mbappe, yeah, play with Nunes instead. That's more to your legacy. Making Nunes look good is better than just giving goals to Mbappe and Vinicius. If you can turn Nunes into a good striker, that's more impressive.
God,
no, but you see me. I'm a Cobham man. Like, I'm anyone that's Cobham. I root for them 100%. So even with me, when I saw Cho celebrate against us last season, I was fuming. Stuff like that, I understand. Mason Mount, it hurt me. I don't hate the guy. I'll be honest.
It doesn't. It's the fact it's free. It's the fact that he's run his contract down.
Cool, Tom. So let's say if he signed and he left in 2 years.
If he left for a fee, it wouldn't be as bad.
No, that's what I'm saying. If he left for 80 million in 2 years when he's 27 going 28, he left.
I'd be fuming, but it wouldn't be as bad. It's the principle of going on a free.
It wouldn't be dead to me type beat. Like,
no, it'd be pissed off for a number of years, but it wouldn't. Because the difference. So it's the arguments of McManaman and Owen. McManaman was dead to Liverpool fans for the rest of his career because he left on a free to Madrid when he was in a good spot. Owen left for the fee.
But he didn't win everything, though. This is the thing. Trent has actually done what all of these other guys haven't done, which is win it all.
One of everything's pointless. You might as well go and get more than one of everything. The argument there is this Liverpool team.
You can do that. Exactly. You can do that at Madrid.
A La Liga title, that's like taking candy from a baby. What the fuck?
No, you got to understand the allure of Real Madrid. It's just annoying from your perspective that you lose him for free.
So
that's where I get you.
Would you blame the board? Wouldn't you also? But again, FSG. It's an FSG problem.
I broke it down earlier once. There's multiple things. So he got his new deal in 2021. He got his new deal before the 21-22 season. The next year was focused. The next 12 months was focused solely on getting Salah's deal sorted. And there was talks about Mane, but that went when he didn't want to sign on. Then you get to the next summer. He's got 3 years left on his deal. You're not going to give him a new deal 1 year after he's just signed the new one. And you've got all these other players who sign everything. So the next year after that, you're moving into 2 years remaining on his contract. And we are the dickheads who gave Jörg Schumacher a job and basically let Jurgen Klopp and friends run transfers and contracts for a year. Therefore, the only contract that we got done was Tsimikas. So then you move into 2024.
What was my man's name that we bought him? What was his name again? Sorry, what was his name?
Schumacher.
That's the one, yeah.
A retired we bought a retired director of football who was laughed out of Germany in for 6 months, and he turned up at Liverpool once and was in Ibiza for the rest of it. Then 2024 rolls round. Klopp says he's leaving, so no contracts are getting done whilst there's uncertainty about the future. And then we get to this point.
So is that really an FSG problem, though? So you'd put that all on FSG?
I don't put it all on FSG.
Like, I think a lot of Liverpool fans.
I think Trent had this in his mind for a bit. I think Trent's had this move to Madrid in his mind for over a year by now. Over a year, and
I think Klopp leaving played a part in it.
Klopp leaving delayed everything. I think if Klopp had stayed, that deal would have been done at the back end of last season. I think the problem with him going was that anyone who had the new contract coming was not going to sign a new contract without seeing how we looked under the new manager. Now that takes time anyway. Now that you've seen it, you should sign, because I don't think there's many best teams to play for at the minute than Liverpool, the way we're looking under this new manager. But if he wants to go get some shitty little trophies up in Madrid that don't mean anything because he's doing it against this 19-year-old kid carrying a team on his back, he can go do that.
This is real bitterness, man. You see,
I get it. You see your best players leaving from Madrid. I get it. It happened to us.
We got 100 million of them with a year left. Do you know what I mean? So that
better
funded our
business,
Champions
man.
League.
Yeah, I think we're still getting money off that.
We
got another 5-10 mil off their last UCL win because it was still in his legal contract length.
And that's why I said,
Marina,
if Real Madrid come in with an offer in January, because Carvalho's probably out for the rest of the season. They need a right back. Madrid expects to compete on all fronts. Lucas Vasquez can't do it by himself all season long. So don't be surprised. If
Madrid. You know what? You know what it is. Madrid won't offer big money in January because they know that they would soon just wait 6 months than pay 60 million plus. I'm not accepting anything below 40, 45, 50. So if they come in with 30 mil, I would sooner, because I'm not bitter, I would sooner reject 30 mil and send him to go play with Kone Doherty in the under-21s for the rest of the season. Give Bradley his minutes. I'd sooner do that.
Yeah, but
he's not going Madrid before.
But that again, there's been reports out of Madrid, Florentino Perez and Real Madrid are going into the market in January for a replacement right back. Again, do not be surprised.
You've got the weekly rumblings that we got with Hazard every week.
It's not because of international break. Trust me, it's legitimate. Don't be surprised.
Ian Doyle, and that's tier 1 for Liverpool anyway. He literally said, from his understanding, that there's no resignation from Liverpool on Trent Alexander-Arnold. So all those again. Was it Marca? Was it Marca? That was the.
It's a new Spanish source every week. It's Relevo, then it's Marca, then it's Felix, then it's so many different Spaniards.
It's them trying to ruffle the feathers, but it still has to be talked about.
I mean, 10 minutes ago, there was an exclusive that come out for Liverpool saying that both sides are confident an agreement can be struck with Trent Alexander-Arnold, who won't put pressure on Liverpool in relation to his new deal because out of respect for the club. So no one has any idea what is going on.
Yeah.
That's
What's
how-
actually-
that's how-
what's
I am
actually going
staking.
on?
Maybe he's weighing it out because he knows
Play
he can get the
game
best
in
possible
full
payout.
flesh.
I'm
This is
putting
how it
my
works.
flag in the ground. He leaves Liverpool on a free. He's dead to me.
But
No
yo,
Trent
man,
going back down
I'm
there.
jumping on football terrorists in it, so I'm off. But love Lewis.
I
every
big
time.
up, bro. It's good to have you
I'm-
on as well again, man.
Always.
Bless
I
up,
might
bro.
even
Everyone,
pull
stop
up on
with Celsius in the
watch
channel.
along. I might pull up on that watch along at halftime or at the end of the game if you're still on there, and we'll just.
All right, cool. I'll send you a link then.
Yeah,
I'll
love,
send
man.
you a link
Love,
then.
big
Bless
up,
up, man.
every single
Big up,
time.
bro.
Up the
Big up,
Chelsea,
bro.
man.
Big up, bro.
Big up, bro. Big up, bro. I'll just go through the last couple super chats and then wrap it. Big up to Robert saying can't get the best out of Enzo because of Colwill. Levi's passing ability means we don't need a deep line playmaker because he can start the attack. It's not even like that for me. I know Enzo comes with his deficiencies in transition and he's not really the most agile of players. My problem, and the only thing that genuinely pisses me off is when I see him misplacing easy passes because that is your fucking bread and butter. Like the Forest game, for example, we conceded about 3 or 4 dangerous turnovers specifically of him giving sloppy passes away. That shit I'm not accepting from someone who we only brought in because of how good he was at passing. That's on him, and I don't even think it's mainly down to the structure. But big up to you, Robert. And big up again saying Monts went from complaining that we used to have Pedro for depth to now saying Nkunku is too good for our depth. I see you picked up a new Chelsea agenda. Don't know if you want to respond to that one.
No, because he's not. It's not like when Pedro was for depth, he was playing a lot of games, bro. Like it was more rotation. And Nkunku is not Nkunku is not getting rotated. He's getting played in games that he's too good to be playing in. Pedro was actually playing Premier League football, no? Like consistently.
When fit, yeah.
Yeah, when fit, yeah. Pedro was playing, bro.
Oh,
You
Pedro
didn't-
Rodriguez or Neto?
No, Pedro is in Pedro
Oh,
Rodriguez.
Pedro.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pedro.
Double check.
Yeah. Pedro, the Pedro. I say the Pedro.
He
was our starter over Willian on the right.
Yeah,
he
he was
was
starting
solid.
games.
I remember that game he had against United.
But you didn't at the time. William wasn't shit at the time, bro. Like, yeah, cool. People had their complaints about William. William was not shit. William was
Not
sort of
shit.
doing-
Just
and you didn't even need Pedro. But because obviously big bad Chelsea at the time, you might just went and grabbed Pedro. Like we weren't gagging. Pause. We weren't gagging for a Pedro at the time, and we couldn't even get one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is when Chelsea were you man would have done dadders and shit.
They bought Pedro
when you got
the same
someone-
window we bought Benteke.
Literally, bro. When you lot got Sal on loan, I was gobsmacked. When you got Sal on loan, I was gobsmacked. It was like, fuck, how do they fucking do this, bro? Like,
and he was trash for us.
I know he was crap in hindsight, but when it was, you know, when like gets announced, everyone's like, raw.
Higuain on loan as well. That was another
Yeah,
one.
Everyone's
Higuain on
slamming the
loan,
Bayern
bro.
goal and
Like,
everything.
Like, this is the point. That's the point I mean, bro. It's not no new agenda, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you man, Lid used to go and get these ballers for just fucking nothing and play them when you want to play them. It was just mad, bro. It was mad.
All right, God willing, we're on the route back to that. But like this weekend it had better be a good step towards it. But we will see what happens. Guys, it's been an amazing preview. Big up to every single one of you that's been locked in, that's been enjoying the show as well. Sub to everybody's channels. The links are all in the description. So you guys have no excuse. Everybody sub to everybody's channels. We're redirecting over to Monts. I'm going to be on his channel in about 30 minutes. I've set the redirect. Yeah, all sorted. This is War, Liverpool, Chelsea, combined 11. So we ain't even going to do the combined 11 here. There's no point spoiling that. We're going to do that over on Big Six Pants. So everybody head over there. Sub to the rest of the panel. Like, subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow for a panel preview as well. Yes, get Javon to 1K. I don't know what you guys' targets are, but just shout your things out. Or go for it. Tom, we'll start with you.
I mean, I've got a stream at 11:15 with Husam where we're going to talk about, I'm going to let him do another little 15-20 minute rant about Chelsea and how we're going to bash you, and then we're going to talk about Trent and Alisson as well and the injuries he's got. I don't even know how many subs I'm on. Just go subscribe and turn on that notification bell or whatever you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and everyone sub over to Javon and Monts as well. I'm going to wrap the stream up now so you don't lose any more viewers on the redirect. But everybody head over there, hit the likes, hit the notification. We'll see you in 30. Up the Chelsea.